I'm here today with Bruce, who has the pleasure of opening up our new facility down in Plant City. Bruce, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, what got you into aviation, a little bit about your certificates and ratings, and why you enjoy flight instruction?
Back in 2012, my partner and I decided to go separate ways on a construction company that I'd had for about 10 years. And I was looking for a new career. I'd already been looking into aviation as a hobby. I decided to give it a shot as a career. Signed up for training in July of 2013. And from there, it just took off. I enjoyed it and took it very seriously. Finished up with all my ratings in February 2015 and been a CFI since. Just recently, I got hooked up with First Landings as they needed to or wanted to expand and open a new facility in Plant City. And we've done that just recently. So we're just getting off the ground. We've got a plane over there. We're ready to get going. We just need to get some students, and we've got a new office location. Everything's ready to go.
That sounds great. A lot of people these days are looking at the opportunity of becoming a professional pilot, particularly since there seems to be a pilot shortage across the country and across the world, of course. What advice would you have for somebody who's young and looking at aviation as a potential career and wants to get started as a pilot?
If you want to get started as a pilot, it's definitely an option. Everyone doesn't have to go to college or pick a specific trade to do it. A pilot career is definitely one of those options. You would go to the school, complete that. The first couple of years, you're going to do a lot of studying. You're going to be at the ground level, but quickly soon thereafter, you're going to be making good money, and it's going to be a nice, lengthy career for you.
Okay, well, that sounds like great advice. All of us here at First Landings Aviation love aviation for a different reason. Maybe got into it because of a family member or something like that. You mentioned you were in a different career path and you started towards aviation. What initially sparked your interest and what motivates you on a daily basis to stay excited about aviation?
Yeah, interesting enough, I had decided that I wanted to fly, and no particular reason. I just enjoyed being up in the air. I enjoyed the thrills of being in a smaller airplane itself. And it wasn't until after I got my certificate that I found out that my father and grandfather both, my grandfather and great-grandfather were both pilots as well. So apparently it's in my blood and I just hadn't known it yet.
That's a pretty good heritage right there. As a pilot, each one of us enjoys different aspects of aviation, whether it be practicing the maneuvers, cross-country flights, cross-country planning, or going to see the sights. What would your favorite aspect of aviation be?
For me, it's kind of a two-part answer. When I'm on my own, flying my own plane, my wife enjoys goofing around and maneuvers as many G's as I can give her in my plane. I have rented a couple of aerobatic planes and enjoyed that. We go for that $100 hamburger, fly across the state, go to the movies. On the flip side, when I'm with students and we're training, I do enjoy the maneuvers, but I enjoy going cross-country, and the first time that students get to fly into new airports and experience that's something enjoyable for me.
So that sounds great. You mentioned new airports. Are there any airports in particular that are your favorite, the $100 hamburger, or some cross countries in particular that you happen to like?
I seem to find myself repeating the trip down to Boca Raton, Florida, where they have a movie theater across the parking lot that I tend to go to. They've got premier seating, and it's a pretty nice facility. It's a little expensive to go to the theater there. It ends up costing me a couple $100, but it is nice.
That sounds great. I haven't been there yet. I'll have to try that out myself. Those of us in aviation often have a favorite aircraft or aircraft type, airplane type. What would your favorite airplane be and why?
That, I don't know yet. I haven't had enough experience in a bunch of different airplanes yet. I'd like to get more acrobatic experience. I did enjoy those flights that I've done. There's something about flying inverted or knife edge that's enjoyable to me, things that I can't do when flight training. I'd like to get more involved with aerobatics if possible in the near future.
That certainly sounds like a plan. Well, as one of the new people at the Plant City location, can you tell us a little bit about the Plant City Airport and the surrounding area in terms of flight training? What does that mean? What are the benefits of training at the Plant City Airport?
Yeah, I'd say one of the significant benefits of training out of Plant City is it's in a fairly quiet location. It's a fairly small airport with a single runway, which allows us to get up quickly and get out to the practice area quickly without have to waiting for clearance or wait for taxi, sitting behind larger airplanes, or anything of that nature. So Rather than paying all the extra money for taxiing or waiting for clearance, we're able to get up fairly quickly, get down to the practice area, do all our maneuvers. We're not restricted by airspaces, yet we are close enough to Bravo's and Charlie airspaces to get that experience when needed.
Okay, well, sounds great. I'll have to make a flight down there myself later on. Well, thank you very much, Bruce. It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
You have a great day.